All right. Calling this public hearing to order at 7:21 p.m. on Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. Again, this meeting is being recorded for transcript district purposes only, and the written minutes and attachments, if any, will serve as the official record. Any personal conversations should be saved until after the meeting, so that those attending virtually will be able to hear. Any board member who has a monetary interest or has a conflict, including ex parte communication, should disclose now. And I will ask the secretary to call the roll.
Calabro.
Here.
Hope.
Here.
Zalesnik.
Here.
Schaefer.
Here.
Rubel.
Here.
In the audience are trustees Asherle, Engelmann, and Sweattick, zoning inspector Peterlin, alternates Rollins and Stanwyck.
All right. And if you could read the second legal notice.
Subject of the second public hearing is as follows. An application for variance AP0291 was submitted by John Simodi, property owner / agent of 2715 Prairie Lane, Hinkley, Ohio, permanent parcel number 01603C16030, requesting a variance for a rear yard depth setback of 30 feet, currently shown as 50 feet as the required rear yard depth setback from property line. Inspection of this property will take place Saturday, October 18th, 2025 at approximately 10:30 a.m. Zoning reference, Chapter 6, District Regulations, subsection 6R1.4.f, area yard and height regulations of the Hinkley Township zoning regulations.
Okay. And has the notice been sent to the appropriate property owners?
Yes.
Okay. The Hinkley Township Board of Appeals acts within the authority of Section 519 of the Ohio Revised Code and exercises its powers as provided under Chapter 7 and 13 of the Hinkley Township zoning regulations. All public hearings are open to the public. All persons wishing to testify must do so from the podium, must identify themselves and give their residence address, and must be sworn in. Evidence and testimony must be pertinent to the hearing, and it is at my discretion to limit personal comments, personal attacks, opinions, and or repetitious statements or testimony or evidence previously given. Disruptive persons will lose their right to remain at this hearing, and personal attacks will not be tolerated. This is a hearing upon the application of John Simodi, property owner, agent of the property located at 2715 Prairie Lane, Hinkley, Ohio, for a variance from the enforcement of certain Hinkley Township zoning resolution sections to property owned by the applicant. The applicant has submitted a packet that includes the original application, letter to the zoning board, and site plan. All are related to the variance that is being requested. Notice of application was properly given in local newspapers, and the application has been available for public review and comment. And I will now ask the secretary if we've received any calls or other correspondence regarding to this application.
There were no letters or correspondence received, no visits to the office, but there was one call from a resident.
Okay. I note for the record, the non-written communications made by known or unknown persons not under oath at a properly noticed hearing is not accepted by the Board of Appeals as testimony. Each member of the Board of Appeals has been provided a copy of this application, a copy of each of the other documents submitted for this application. We will now poll the board to see if they have received the packet and also if they made a site visit.
Calabro.
Yes, and yes on the visit on the 21st.
Hope.
Yes, and yes, and the site visit 21st.
Zalesnik.
Yes, and yes, and the site visit on the 18th.
Schaefer.
Yes, on both, and visited on the 18th.
Rubel.
Yes, on both, visit on the 18th.
Written communications from persons not present this evening may include communications that are not made by affidavit. Because these communications are made by persons not under oath, they are not accepted by this board. I also note that written communication may include some writing by affidavit by persons that are not present this evening and therefore cannot be subjected to cross-examination. These affidavits therefore will not be given much weight, if any, in the decision of the board on this matter. This board does have the power to grant this variance that is being requested. And again, those people that wish to speak must do so from the podium and state their address, and all testimony must be given from the podium. And at this point, I would ask the applicant to step up.
My name is Tom Sutcliffe, 6860 West Snowville Drive, Brecksville, Ohio.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, that you shall answer it.
I certainly do,
Thank you.
of course.
So if you could give us a summary of.
Certainly. Everyone probably has a layout of the, I'm sorry about my voice. Everyone likely has a layout of the original development. You'll notice that lot number one, the first one on the northwest corner, has a configuration that two-dimensionally is incredibly long and narrow due to the eventual development of the subdivision forcing the entry road to the north, when originally it was planned to be centered so that all the lots on both sides would have been equal distance and depth for the 2-acre plus lots. Upon the discovery after the developer found where the non-impacting wetland, I'm looking at your drawing to help me, the non-impacting wetlands could not be disturbed, as well as the existing pond forced the road to be in the northern location, causing an incredibly narrow lot on the northern border there. Also, if you visited, you'll notice the aggressive topography on that lot. It quickly, going from north to south, transfers to almost 15 feet of fall, which also forces the building pad north, which impacts, of course, that setback to the north that currently is 50 foot. The variance we're looking for almost could be partial, because the home we're going to be building will be to the far east of the property line, mostly because the driveway has to come in on the east of the property line. And if you visited, you notice that aggressive topography narrowed down to almost nothing on the eastern portion. So the driveway will be coming on that side, which will force the home there. That also is the spot where currently, as the rear yard setback exists, only allows a 50-foot deep house. And these are estate lots, 2-acre and larger. And the customers that we have looking at this lot have all walked away because everyone wants, of course, these are all side load garages. They're all state homes. And a side load garage, 3 cars, is 60 foot wide. If you push the garage out forward, it doesn't change the depth of the house. The garage still is that deep. If you turn the garage forward, now your garage is 40 to 42 foot deep, which leaves you 10 to 15 feet for living space behind it. So we actually have the drawings of the house that we have a customer that wants us to build for them. Is that appropriate to hand those out, or I should just leave that be at the moment?
You can, I think what you have here, is this sort of the spot where you're?
Yeah, exactly right. So that's a good representation. And we have the actual house they've picked with us today. The variance, of course, if you look at the overall acreage of this lot, which is just under 3 acres, is 1.2% of the portion of the house that will be interfering into that 50-foot setback. So it's as far as how much impact it has on the overall area.
What was it?
1.2. If you take 3 acres times 43,650 and take the amount we're asking for there and divide it into it, it's a very low amount of variance percentage-wise. We have not purchased the property, so the one Duncan factor that goes that I buy the property before knowing we're not going to buy it if we don't ever aren't able to build a home on it. Part of the impact, if without the variance granted, someone will build a home there because someone will build a home there. It'll be completely out of character with the community as it was designed, and it also end up looking like a long, narrow trailer because it'll have to, maintain that depth of the house right there. We also can't flip the house to face from the west because of the county and their facing of the road, and where they will not allow a curb cut for a driveway there. And if you look at the length, once again, getting up that hill is quite difficult. And also there's hydrants and infrastructure on the 130th don't allow us to go from that direction. The property has a lot of unique characteristics, which I think I've already pointed out. There's no impact at all to safety services. Excuse me. And I'm really open to questions. I think it's a very straightforward request, basically to fit a house that's deep enough to be lived in on the property.
So without this variance, if you had the 50-foot setback,
Yes.
is the hardship that a home cannot be built?
Well, a home can be built, but it'll end up being 50 foot deep, which will be a very small house with
Typically, what is it, the depth?
certainly.
The ones that are.
The homes that are going up there today average about 60 to 72 foot deep. And that's the basic structure, the outline of the box. People almost always add outdoor living in these homes. They'll put an attached patio or deck, and then they'll step down to a patio. None of those things would be possible here. As far as the the community as itself as it was designed to be.
I think in one of your, there was a letter, I think, that said that it would not, part of the reason was that it just would not fit in the neighborhood. Oh,
The character,
yes, that's what it was.
Right.
adversely affect the essential character of the community.
If the home in there was that narrow, you'd have to go up to get the space. And so you're gonna create this long, tall, skinny box on the property. Maybe it might be somewhat okay from looking at it from the south, but driving by it and living inside of a house that's that deep with the garage right below you would be impractical to the homes that are currently going in the site.
Number one, it would have been very nice if someone would have been there, as they should have been, during our inspection on Saturday. So this could have been explained a lot better.
Oh,
We did a lot of tracing around, or Bill was into the woods, into the briars, trying to figure out what was going on. So right there, it was very difficult. We spent a lot more time there than we should have because no one was there to explain what was going on. Number two, have you thought about the fact that in a development in Hinckley, someone's gonna have a backyard of around 30 feet, give or take a few feet, neighboring an adjacent property, and we're in an area where you're supposed to have wide open areas. So you're basically looking at a sideline backyard into a sideline, which I have seen properties like that, and I'm not too I don't think that would work very well. I mean, a customer may say, yeah, we can build a house there, but once they get there and find out they have no backyard and they're right next to another property, I think that's not gonna be, it's not gonna work well, in my opinion.
so your 2 points, handling the second one first. The yard is expansive. Somebody who wants to entertain outdoors, we can go east and west. So we are gonna, there's a lot of room to play from the house. It's huge going east and west. So I understand your concern if the traditional home use would be, I can only go out my back door and then run that direction for 50 feet. But these people will be coming out of the side and using the east and west portions. That was the interest in this lot, that the customer said, am I gonna be impacted with my kids playing football? Oh, you virtually have a football field next to you. And I could not make it. Chris can back this up. I was forced to go to New York for my daughter's surgery. So my wife is still there. So I did not make a replacement for someone to replace me. So I like that property with you. So I personally, it's not the company or the applicant, John Simodi's fault. It's my personal fault for not arranging for someone else to be there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just, I'm still not sure where the house is supposed to be because, I mean, I see it on here, but the way it was staked, it was staked in like 3 different places for the front of the house. It was just very confusing, so.
Nothing do I believe is a rush. I'll gladly restake it. I'll make it more obvious. Yeah, I'm in town through the holidays until they get back, so I'm not looking for, there's no crisis here. We're just asking for something, and if it means we have to come back in a month, I'm fine with that. So that, I'm gonna answer all your questions, but that one, that's a fair comment.
I went on the 21st, I
Mhm.
didn't go on Saturday, but there was a stake in the back.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
the
found,
back
Get that, the
we
back was
found
clear.
one. We never found the second one.
Well, then you should be voting on it
To be
then.
honest with you, I don't know how the heck you
It's
but
tough.
got through there without using a weed whacker.
Yeah.
Oh, no, a brush whacker.
Yeah, sure.
And if it's not gonna impact you, I wouldn't mind going out and actually looking
No.
at properly.
You deserve that. I wouldn't ask for it otherwise.
Is there any reason, and I'm just asking a hypothetical. Is there a reason that you didn't ask for the variance in the front to make it closer to the street rather than?
Sure, that's a great question. And looking at it two-dimensionally, that's a great idea. But when you stand there, it falls off tremendously. You're putting the house on a cliff. So that was the practicality of that. And we can actually, when we're on site together,
Splitting the 20-foot variance in 10-foot front and 10-foot back.
Oh, I'm open to any ideas. You know, I'm open.
Now you're asking for two variances.
Yes, I understand.
I guess not as
Not
substantial.
as, yeah,
I
as
mean,
impactful.
It's when you're back there, because we met with the dogs of the very nice dogs of
Yes,
the
there were
neighbors.
dogs
We've met, yeah.
That is really, really close to the
Mhm.
property line, and I think that we have a problem with the character of the neighborhood, not necessarily the
The new one.
fabric of each home design in your neighborhood, but the person next door. I think that's a big problem for them. So I'm inclined to probably,
Look to push it forward.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, or even, if you can modify it at all.
Yeah, big enough big enough dozer, you can fix anything. But what we can't do is remove, because that was engineered for stormwater movement and there's a pond to the east of that. But no, your idea of splitting it to minimize the impact on the neighbor, that's a fair comment.
Yeah, cause I can't live with a 30-foot in a backyard.
No, I'm not disappointed. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with your comments.
And also, a house can be built. It's just not.
That's true. That's exactly right.
So the hardship is not that you can't build on this lot. You can build a house. So we can either, it's up to the rest of the board what we want to do. If you want to go back out and take a look at it and continue this, or we just vote on it.
and I would like to see the house plans too. I think it's hard to, that's
Mhm.
just my 2 cents.
Mhm.
Just having a footprint is
Did you say you
difficult.
had a copy to hand out?
Yeah, the time this was submitted a while ago, the customer hadn't committed yet, but now they have. So I'm not rushing. I can send all this to you in a nice packet and now when we staked it, we staked the proposed house. We now have an actual house, which would be a little more realistic for you to look at.
If you can consider lessening the rear yard setback. I'm not guaranteeing a yes.
Of
but
course
I'm
not.
just saying that it might be a lot less impactful to the rear neighbor.
Yeah, we've spoken to the neighbor in the past during the development stage, and I think the developer added a tree line there and we're willing to do more, of course, in order to satisfy that customer.
Here this evening. Okay.
No, but we did not reach out to them individually because we knew you would notify them. I can certainly reach out to them on a one-on-one level as well.
Okay, we appreciate your cooperation, and I don't know how everyone else wants to proceed on the board.
I think the previous guy offered a format. He came back after an extended hearing, right? The gentleman that got the porch and
Yes.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Well, this would be a whole different,
Well, if there's a purpose for it, we can continue it, but if everyone feels that is not going to be
I think there's
useful,
a-
there is no point in continuing it. We can
I
just
think it'd
move
be
on.
useful
Okay.
because, I'm not happy it's all fine and dandy, if someone wants to live like that, but, I didn't get too far into the woods and these dogs are barking and everything else.
I know I can't live
don't
with the way it
think-
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you feel that it would be useful to go back out and also see the proposed home that's going on the lot.
Well,
Yeah,
now,
we'll continue it.
yeah, now that they got the plans, and that's one thing we happen to mention, we don't even know what this house is gonna look like. Is it really going to these stakes, and where are the stakes?
At that time, we were gonna put a speculation home up, and that's what was staked. And since that time, of course, someone heard we were looking for a variance, so all of a sudden, people want to be part of the community. So they picked a home and we'll stake that for you.
Okay. Is there an HOA with this community?
I'm sorry? Oh, yes, certainly. Yeah, because of the,
Minimum square footage?
yes, there is. And that's in, it's in their declaration and bylaws, correct? Yeah, and that's enforced by the developer. And all the homes there.
So the home without the variance that would be built, the narrow, not nice looking home, it would still be within the HOA.
It would have to be. It would force it to be 40 foot, yeah.
It would be possible to build a home to stay within.
Yeah, you could. At a 3,400 square foot by 50 foot deep, it's 70 some foot wide. Yeah,
As a developer, you can't live without that lot, can you?
I'm not sure how to answer that question. What do you mean?
Green space.
Oh, no, I don't own the lot, so that would be a question for the developer.
Yeah, but I'm
I'm a home builder.
to me, the way this is set up, that'd be a perfect entrance green space. That portion.
I can't speak for him. I do know that my education is property rights. You know, he can do whatever he wants with his land. I can't dictate that.
I think when the site plan date, when the site plan was discussed, zoning, I think it was what? It was in your packet.
Yeah, I saw
On
that.
January 24th, it was stated by the zoning inspector at the time that a variance might be required, but then it was also noted
That they would take
that
care of it.
they would update it to reflect the 50-foot.
But I didn't see any final plans in there. I just saw preliminary in the packet.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is it was approved with a 50-foot setback, the site plan in that lot. So it
Yeah.
is a buildable lot,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it is possible to put a house on it.
Right.
It is.
Obviously, it may not be a house that Dries wants to, take.
Of course.
But
Yeah, there's no gun to my head to buy that lot.
putting a house on this lot, it is possible
Certainly,
without a variance.
it certainly is.
Okay. Having said all that, you want to continue this?
I'll
To
make
continue it or
a
not?
motion to, continue it to next month.
Okay, if you are okay with that?
Certainly, do I need to do anything other than get that packet to you within the next week so that you know? Because I need to get a surveyor out to stake it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be within the next week, but we would continue it to the next public hearing, which would be the 19th.
But you need at least a couple of weeks to schedule yourselves to be able to get there.
The 26th. That's
Oh, yeah.
November 26th.
Unless the, board wants. to-
Unless we would want to do it during November 12th would be our regular meeting.
I'm out that week as per usual.
Okay. Or we could do a special meeting. Are you out all that week, that entire week?
I don't want you guys all to be angry when you come back for a special meeting, though. I don't want to make.
Just business as usual.
I know.
If one of the other two are here, I won't be offended if that works, but yes, we're leaving. We're going Sunday to Saturday.
So what about the 19th? Does that work for
Hmm.
anyone? We could,
Yeah, I should be okay.
and,
I'm gonna check the calendar,
yeah,
Suzanne. Oh, I don't know that this room is gonna be available for you. Check the.
how much time do we need to publish this, right?
No, as long as you.
If we can state that we need a certain date and time.
Then,
And how about for updating the packet? How much time do you need for that?
how much time do you need to review it?
Not much.
Right, the 26th.
Well, let me check on this meeting. I believe there's a comprehensive
The
plan.
19th, this room's not available on the 19th.
Well, you want to go with the 18th or
So
the
then-
17th?
The 18th, the first
Is the
meeting.
5th too
It's
soon?
not available.
Is November 5th too soon?
November 5th is Wednesday.
Mhm.
Yes.
I have an annual meeting, but you guys can
What
do it
about the
without
12th
me.
when
That's
you
okay.
guys meet?
That would be fine.
The regular meeting, you could do it, yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Well, you happen to mention the 5th.
After, no, but the 12th is
Yeah,
a
the
regular
12th,
meeting, so we
yes.
could do it then? Is
Yes.
everyone available then?
As far as I know.
Yeah.
We don't have to do it,
Oh, if you had a different, oh, I see what you're saying. If you could meet earlier on November 19th, so comprehensive plans are.
but the 12th is fine too, because we're here. Is there an issue with the
Yeah,
12th for
no.
you?
Do it on the 12th, because you're right here.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Does that work for you?
I was hoping eventually someone would, no, I'm just kidding. Of course, I'll be
Well, does
there.
it work for you to have it staked and to have a copy of those, the
As
proposed?
far as staking, I'll have to ask my engineer. There we go. Yeah,
And, so then if we would do the 12th, we would have a site visit on the 8th,
okay, thank you.
Saturday, the 8th at 10 a.m. Would that work for everyone
Maybe.
involved?
If not, it's an easy one to check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
As long
what
as
we'll
it's
do
staked
is
clearly.
We will continue this, for the 12th of November and have a site visit on the 8th
Sounds
at
good.
10 a.m.
So the 12th is your typical 7 o'clock meeting,
Yes,
great, and the 8th, 10 in the morning.
Correct.
yes.
We'll see if we can get a brush hog in there to get something, you know,
Well,
we'll make sure it's visible. If the stage gotta be 12 foot high, we'll make sure it's visible.
It was pretty exciting though.
with the dogs barking. It's
Yeah.
okay, so-
How many times did I ask if you were still alive?
They were wondering where I was.
All right, so, having said all that, so why don't we, do I have a motion to continue this on the 12th of November with the select visit on the 8th, 12th of
So,
November at 7 p.m.
so,
In a second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
So we will adjourn for this evening on this hearing and continue it on November 12th, and we are adjourned at, what time is it? 7:47.
Thank you for your time,
We'll see you then.
You're welcome.
Right.
certainly.
So much.